Hi guys, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining me on this Sunday evening. It's evening here in Bangkok anyway. Right, before we get started, I just want to say a really big thank you to a very generous man out there. John, you've done this even before the stream started. All super chats and super stickers are generous that are sent. I appreciate $5, you know, it's great. But to send me such a large amount, just under a penny under £100, I know you work hard for your money, and to just pass it over to me, I don't take it lightly. I'm going down to Chatham next Sunday to make some videos and just check it out. That'll pay for my hotel for 2 nights, and it'll even buy me a dinner. Okay, so thank you very much, John. It is well appreciated. Right, let's start the stream. Wow, over 100 in already. That's good news. And I'll probably be playing about with the air conditioning because I'm feeling hot and cold the next minute. It's really weird. Right, who we got in? Chris, yes, indeed. You are first in and the first moderator in. Ryan Seeger, hello, Pete, Chris, and everybody. How you doing? Just before I go on any further, I just want to say I've made this decision about doing streams in Pattaya. As you know, I was in Pattaya last week, and I do like doing streams when I'm out and about, but you can't always get the connection, and my phone just isn't fast enough in some areas. And I found this terrific cafe on the beachfront in Pattaya where I get over 100, whatever the speed is, and it was great. But I did it on an Android tablet, and the camera was just so dark. When I reran it, I could see how dark the picture was. I bought it just to do streams, but it's obviously not working. The reason I don't like doing it on my phone is because the picture is quite good, but I like to put comments on the screen and read them that way. But I think what I'm going to do in the future, because it's just not working, I'm going to just do the stream on the phone, so you get a good picture. I can still read the comments coming in and read them out. I just won't be able to put them up on screen like I do on a regular stream. I think that's the best solution, because look at Phil from the pub. When he does his streams, he's bought all this new equipment. He's trying to go 4K and high definition, and you know, he's down at Barley Pier and you're getting that little white wheel going around. So I think keeping it simple is probably the best idea for now. Okay, Donald Trump, good evening to you, sir. Always nice to see you in the house. Thai Billy Boy, good afternoon, Peter, and greetings to all from a lovely sunny 26 in the UK. 26, that's winter here. But it's good that you're having a bit of good weather over there. Be happy, Pat, how are you? Hi, Peter, do you realise I'm in France and 150 km north? Sad missing the games for the 3rd time, but again, happy to connect with you. Yeah, I was reading about kind of gangs, gang wars. There's certain groups of at Cali, certain groups are battling to get on these rubber dinghies to come over to the UK, you know, because we're such a soft touch. I don't know if you've seen that on the news. Ryan Seeger, yes, that Thai Bilbo, it's 25 centigrade in Folkestone near the coast. Jesse, how you doing? Nice to see you in the stream. I see you've changed your picture there. Thai Billy Boy, all right, you're talking to someone else. Super Bro, when is it starting? I'm waiting patiently. Hello. No Name, hey everyone, glad to finally catch these 2 months until you arrive again. Robert Koch, greetings, Pete. Excited for another chat tonight. Highlights of my Sunday. Very kind of you to say so. Thank you, Robert. Let me just, I don't know what's going on here. Let me just put this. The pound is kind of falling against the baht and the dollar a little bit. The other ones seem to be holding their own. But I brought over a load of money about 2 weeks ago. So I don't bring over monthly. You know, I don't bring over monthly. What I do is I let money grow in England, in the UK, and then I'll bring it in one hit, and that'll last me for a year maybe. And the rate was very, very good it was nearly at 47 to the pound, 47 baht to the pound about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now. And it came down slightly, and I thought, you know what, I wasn't planning to bring any money until about now. And I thought, you know what, I better bring the money now, because if it goes down, I'll be kicking myself. And sure enough, I brought over some money, and I got a fixed rate from Wise of 46 baht and 680 satang, so 46.80 to £1. And as you can see today, it's fallen down to 44.97. Now I don't know if that's what you get at a change booth. That's what it comes up on Google today. When I do these exchange rates, I actually I just look on a Google exchange rates and I put them in for the day. I've done these about lunchtime today, so I don't know. I mean, you guys coming out here on vacation over the next few months, I honestly don't. I hope it doesn't drop down to like 38 like it did 3 years ago. That'd be terrible. 38 baht to a pound would be, yeah, just outrageous. Fingers crossed, fingers and toes crossed. Right, where were we? John Mitchell, greetings. John Mitchell is in the house. Good to see you, John. Paul Hoskin, how you doing? How are the Thai Olympics going? They won, didn't they? They won the Taekwondo. They got the gold for that one. I'm not really a sporty sort of person, so I'm not the best person to ask, honestly. Jeremy, how are you? You've changed we've got your real name now, aka Mike. Good morning, Peter. Finally back in the UK and looking forward to an entertaining Thailand live stream. By the way, congrats on 60,000 subscribers. Really happy for you, mate. Cheers. Thanks, Jeremy. Do you know what? When you sent me that picture of the curry, I nearly went out and got a curry right there and then because it's just coming at the right time of the day. And for some reason, I thought I won't go today. I'll wait. There's a viewer coming up from Pattaya in 5 days. I've met him before. We went to the Al Hussein, but I'm going to another restaurant now called the New Bakara, and I find that pretty good and not too expensive. And I thought I'll wait. And instead of going for the curry, I went for a plate of fried rice in a place I've been to a lot. And normally it's really good. And you know what? It was so oily, I vowed not to go back there again. Let me say thank you to another generous person out there tonight. Robert, thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Hope this helps for your next trip. We looking forward to that stream. Yeah. Now, I don't know if thank you for that super chat, by the way, Robert. Now, the problem with when you're traveling, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a stream from Chatham because I don't want to do one sitting in the hotel room. Some hotels, even you know, when you hook onto their internet, they're let me just get rid of this. Some of the hotels, when you hook onto their internet, it's not very good. You know, some of them, especially around Jumpty, and they're a lot better in main Pattaya. But I don't know in Chatham. You know, Chatham's 20 miles north of Hua Hin. I'm going to rent a motorcycle there and just check out the beach area. I'll definitely do a hotel review while I'm there. And you know, it's got a beautiful beach at Chatham. A lot of the supermodels from here in Bangkok go down to Chatham Beach to do photo shoots. I think it's a 3-mile stretch. It's like what Pattaya would have looked like 50 years ago. You've got restaurants and bars on the seafront, regular bars, you know, and it's a bay like Pattaya is, but it's just covered in palm trees, sand, nice white sand. And yeah, I'll make a video and show you what it's like. Right, where were we? Jeremy. So Franco, I'll put that up. Yeah. A few people saying nice one there to you, Josh. Okay. Philip Bradshaw. Good morning from Texas. Good morning, Philip. How are you doing? Brian, good afternoon. And Sunday. Cheers. I don't know why I thought of this when I've got your name up there, Brian, but guys, just to let you know, in case you don't know, I have got a Facebook page. It's called Thailand Bound, funny enough. And I do post things on there that I don't really post on here. So, you know, if I go out for a meal, some of the videos might be a bit boring. You know, if I go to somewhere for a drink, I'll do a cheers. And so I have got a Facebook page, Thailand Bound. And I'd appreciate if you like what I do here, maybe you can go and have a look at my Facebook page and, you know, join. And you'll see some different videos to what I put up on YouTube. Nom Yai Inspector, I had to say your username very quietly when I was outside in Pattaya and I was surrounded by waitresses and stuff because we all know what that means. If you don't know what it means, check out the picture. Right, Doug Grink, good morning from Maryland. Hi, Doug. Jim, how you doing? Had a nice shot of shoulder monkey last night, as you've seen in the video. The bottle you kindly gave me, that went in about 4 days, 5 days. I just downed it, right? But I bought another one, but it's damn expensive. It's not expensive for a good whiskey, but it's a lot for me to pay out for a bottle of whiskey, 1,600 baht. You know, I can't do that every week. Mind you, I've got a couple of nice super chats. I could go and buy a bottle tomorrow, couldn't I? Mohammed Hassan too. Hi, how you doing? Can't say your name, so I'll put that up on screen. Afternoon, Peter and everybody. How are we all doing? Doing good. Andy on tour. Hi, Peter. How you doing? Scuba Steve, I'm 34 and love watching you, Peter. Thank you, Scuba Steve. It's always nice because it's always nice when I get guys who are younger. 34 to me now is young. When I was 34, I felt like an old fogey. But when you get to 64, 34 is young. I'd give anything to be 30 in my 30s again. I don't feel old. I don't feel like I've got one foot in the grave. But it would be nice to be kind of in between 30 and 40 again. I was 31 when I first came here to Thailand, and I remember those glory days between me. I really came first. That was just a visit, but I actually came to work here around 94, up country in Khon Kaen. And I remember being in Bangkok around 96, 97, and it was a great time. You know, I really was a handsome man back then. You know, I wasn't fat. I was younger, and it was a good time to be in Thailand. Right, okay. Here goes the nose again. Chris, hi Peter. Hope you are well and had a good week. Yeah. Scott, good morning from Florida. Martin Ryder, 77 Fahrenheit in sunny Colchester. And I can't really relate to Fahrenheit, Martin. I do the other one, the lower number. Put that up there. Huggy Bear, hi Peter, how's the weather in Bangkok? Do you know what? It's been really, really uncomfortably hot over the last 3 days. I know Thailand's hot. I mean, I'm not going to get awarded any prizes for telling everybody that Bangkok's hot, and it's always humid. Of course it is. But the last 3 days have been unbearable. I had a bit of a lay-in today because it's Sunday, and I went out on my balcony about 12 o'clock, and it was just what I normally do in the mornings. I don't use aircon in the daytime because I'm just wearing shorts, nothing on top. And what I like to do is sit at my kitchen table, have a coffee. I've got a fan that's directly on me, a small one, and I've got a big fan in the corner of the lounge. And I like to have the patio door open. But it was so hot outside today that I actually closed it. It was unbearable. What was weird, though, I was in Pattaya, not the last trip, but the one before. I was on Jomtien Beach, and it was about 5 o'clock, and all the elements came together to make it absolutely perfect. There was no humidity at all. I mean, I've never experienced this in Thailand before. I was stood just up on the walkway, the beaches, and I'm stood there. So there was no sun out. There was a really good breeze coming in. All the leaves were shaking, so a good strong breeze, and there was just no humidity. And I thought, wow, if Thailand was like this all the time, it would be fantastic. It's not the heat; it's the humidity that gets me. It just wears you out, doesn't it? You should never ask that question now, don't you? Richard number 5, hi Peter, and from a cool Cole's an island. I don't know where Cole. I'm not sure where that is. Andy onto a Broken Dreams. Used to put on my suitcase Bangkok bound. Okay. When you go on Facebook and stuff, there's a lot of people call themselves something similar. When you're on YouTube, you could even make your own Thailand bound. It's not like a URL where once you've got the name, nobody else can use it. I've had guys in, not so much now, but in the early days, I had guys who would register the same name as me. They'd take all my graphic works, pictures and everything, and they'd pretend to be me, and they'd just come into the stream or onto the comment section and just create havoc. It took me a long time to get rid of one guy, actually, about 3 months. YouTube didn't really help too much. Well, they did, but not for a long time. Dog, I love the song. Which one is that? The first or the end one? Bernie, I was literally just talking about you, but I didn't mention your name. I was just saying I was going to go for a curry, and I thought, no, I'll wait till I said a viewer that I know has become a friend comes up, and lo and behold, there you are in Pattaya having a good time. Richard O, hi Peter, I'm on the treadmill at Icon Gym. What a stunning gym on top of Icon Siam. Stunning river views too. Do you know what? When I first came here, because I've kind of stabilized on the diet now. I'm about 96 kilos, but I'm losing it slowly now. At the beginning, I lost it really fast, and so 96. What does that mean? 97, 98, 99, 100. So 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, about 12 kilos I've lost, but I don't snack at night, and I eat a lot better than I did. But in relation to your point about the gym there, this apartment building, and I put this on Facebook yesterday or the day before, funny enough. I was just said, look, here's a gym. And all the apartments have them, a lot of them. I was going to join a gym, and the gym I wanted to join was in the Landmark Hotel, and it's a nice gym. But the problem is, it was about 3,500 baht a month, which is, it's too much. And I've never used we've got a little gym on next to the pool here on the roof, which most of the time it was hot in there and you had to wait for the aircon. And I've never used it. I've just thought, no one in there. It's a bit boring. And I've started using the treadmill in there, and there's a few people use it now. And when I go up there, the aircon's normally on, and I just do a fast walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes. I do a 3-minute warm up, 30 minutes at speed 60, 30 minutes downtime, and I feel great. And the good thing about it is it's free, because some of the gyms here are quite expensive, aren't they? Okay. Scuba Steve says, well, can't believe that got deleted. What someone said, there was nothing wrong with that at all. I haven't deleted anything. I don't even know what you're talking about. What was deleted? Sometimes YouTube delete comments. It's just out of our control. I haven't deleted anything yet. Yeah, Jim, excellent shirt. Jim and I bought these together from Decathlon. They're really good, actually. It cost 240 baht, or no, 270 baht. But I don't know what the material is. It's really thin material. It's not cotton, but it's, when it's hot, it's nice. But Jim bought one as well, same color as well. I bought 3 actually. Why I bought a black one, I don't know. Thank you, Mohammed Hassan. Nice to see you too. Farang Travels. Hello, everyone. Okay, it's Josh, not John. My apologies. Reggae Vibes. Haven't seen you for a while. How you doing? How's it going? I'm doing fine, thank you. Okay, so yeah, all right. I can't put your comment up there, but you said Pete. I think Josh Mitchell's name is actually not John. Okay, let me go back and have a look. You know, I'm on my own here, and when I'm getting a lot of comments in, there's nearly 200 people in the stream now, and I'm trying to, get everybody in. And sometimes, well, it says Josh. Look, did I say John? Josh Mitchell. There we go. Thanks. And also thank you to, where is that? Hi to Scuba Steve. Thank you. Would love to do a meet and greet night. I'm a bit shy to do them, to be honest with you. I meet viewers. I meet a lot of viewers. Sometimes I can't. Like there was a guy who said, "Look, I'm in Bangkok today. I'm going down to Pattaya tomorrow." No, he said, "When can we meet?" And I said, "Well, I can meet today actually at 4 o'clock. I finished what I got to do." And he's like, he'd just come in. And he said, "I'm tied up today and I'm going down to Pattaya." And he was disappointed. But yeah, meetups, I don't know. I'm not really into them. Okay, now I've got to go back and find out where I was. Okay, it was a gym. Frank Travels, hi. Okay, I got it now. It's Josh, not John yet. Reggae Vibes, I've read that when I... Right, Dog, hey Peter, glad to see you. I have a lot of questions about Thailand. Well, okay, so let me do a bit of self-advertising now. There we go. I do this for quite a few guys. Well, I say quite a few guys, 2 or 3 a month. We hook up online like this. It's a private stream, just me and them, and they can ask me all the questions they want. If you go to my website, it gives you all the information. It's not expensive, but I do, I want something for my time, obviously. You can go back and, if you're interested, you can go back and have a look at that. Right. Okay. Where were we? Carry on. Michael Whitaker, how are you doing, Michael? I see you sporadically from time to time. Good to see you in. Good morning from the City of Angels. It's great to see you again. You too, Michael. We shall meet one day. Right, I can't read this username out, okay, but I'm going to just put it up there and say, send my condolences to Damien. My hamster passed away and it took me years to recover. In fact, I never recovered, okay. Right. Okay, right, LBC, go from there. Hi, Peter, Los Angeles in the house. Hi, LBC, London Broadcasting Company. That's what that stands for, where I come from. Alpha Bravo, how are you doing? Nice cheeky grin there. John Mullane, how do you pronounce that? Malin, is it? Hello, Peter and gang. Maybe over in January, Peter, so may pay you a visit. Yeah, no problem. Just send me an email. If I'm free, I'll come and meet up with you. Right. Okay. Jerry Massey. Okay. Here. Greetings from Soy 12. I went inside Therme last night for the first time and my mind was blown. Talk about feeling awkward when walking through the gauntlet. A lot of the girls in there now, they'll only go with they'll tell you straight. They say, I only go with Koreans or I only go with Japanese. Now, I haven't been in there for, God, I went in there about 8 months ago with a guy. There's an American guy who kind of lives half of his time here in Soy 10 and half of his time in the States. He doesn't want to come here full time, as it were. And we went in just to have a look. He'd never been in, and we asked a few prices and stuff. And some of the girls actually said that. They said, "I only go with Koreans." Right, let me just check. That's not Franco telling me I've missed something. That's what he does, you see. No, it's not Franco. Right. Bjorn, greetings from Jompton. How you doing? I love Jompton. I was over there last weekend. They're pulling all the palm trees out. Have you noticed that? They're pulling all the palm trees out on the sidewalk there, on the pavement, but it's to do some crucial work, the road widening. I think they're going to put them back. Ryan, Hi, Peter. I left Thailand last week after nearly a month-long trip in Bangkok, Hua Hin and Pattaya. Can't wait to get back already. Working on a way to make the move permanently. Yeah, I'm looking at a few places now, Ryan, because what it is, I'm not going to stay in Bangkok forever. I'll be here for a few years yet, but I want to live somewhere where there's a beach, because when you've got a beach, you've normally got a nice walking path. So you have the water, obviously, the sea, the beach, and then normally there's a good path like jumped in. And I like walking, it's good exercise. It's not too strenuous. And I've been checking out some places I've never been to. Well, one place I've never been to. I went to a place called Bang Sen. It's, when you're on the beach at Pattaya and you look to your left in the distance, there's a few high-rise buildings. Well, that's Bang Sen. There's actually only one high-rise building in Bang Sen, apartment building that is. And I went there, and it's like what Pattaya must have been like. You could see Jomtien and Pattaya in the distance. It was the other way around. And it was like, I was looking at it and I thought, this is what Pattaya would have been like, 60, 70 years ago or 50 years ago. It was just, there was nothing. It was just a beach, a crested shaped beach. The sand, obviously. I don't know if they put umbrellas up at the weekend because apparently tides go down at the weekend. There was one apartment building, but the rest were all low. There wasn't even much on the seafront, to be honest with you. And I thought, I can't live here. It's too quiet, But that's why I'm going to check out Chatham. I have been to Chatham before. If you don't know where Chatham is, it's on the way down to Hua Hin, about 20 miles before you get to one. It's a beautiful beach town, but it's really laid back, a little bit like Jomtien, but you don't have so many foreigners there. I'm just checking out some places, because obviously I might be on a lesser income later on in life. I'll be at a slower pace for sure, and I don't think I'm going to remain in Bangkok for the rest of my life. And so I'll do some videos from there when I get there next Sunday, when I haven't got a stream next Sunday. But if I've got good internet, I'll do a stream from Chatham. God, I can't say that name, but hi, how you doing? Nice picture. Is it Nan Than Chernok? I know I've just slaughtered your name. Apologies, but nice to see you in the stream. Okay. Right. Thomas, hello, Peter from Niagara Falls, Canada. I'll be heading to Thailand 12th of September to get a British visa for my Thai wife to visit family in the UK at Christmas, maybe see you in Bangkok. The UK is not the best place to visit at the moment. They've got all this riots and stuff going on. It's terrible. I mean, I don't want to get into it, but, Labour, our new government, they're really screwing it up. They've only been in just over a month, and, even I'm worried about things over there. Okay. Good evening, Peter. Kun Peter. Okay. How you doing? Lalitas, is it? Super bro. I'm getting a job as an FBI female body inspector. Lovely. Right. I heard a rumor they changed the name to Monkey Shoulder from Shoulder Monkey. I was getting them the wrong way around, but yeah, as long as you know what I mean, right? Right, Nomyai Inspector. I was 34 when I first came to Thailand. I wish I found it in my early 20s. I think if you'd have found it in your early 20s, you'd have probably destroyed yourself. At least when you get to your sort of 30s and 40s, you've got a bit of common sense, haven't you? Remember when you were 20? The good old days, as they say. Yeah, Jerry is saying real feel with humidity today was 113 Fahrenheit. The night haven't been too bad with a breeze. Yeah, I tend to keep the aircon off because I'm trying to, I've been here 18 months this time around now, and I'm trying to climatize. And so in the daytime, I have the fans off. I don't know. I don't always have. When I lived on Soi 24 years ago, I was on a high rise, and I always had all the windows open. You get a bit of air because you're high up. But I'm only on a low floor here, and if I leave the windows open, I don't get any air. There's a pollution. I'm very close to Sukhumvit. Paul says, have you ever been embarrassed in Thailand? Have I ever been embarrassed? I can't think of anything off the top of my head. If I did, it would have been something small. I don't know. Yeah, Songkran. I get so hot during Songkran, I have to go in aircon bar to wake up. Yeah, well, if you're wet in Songkran, then you go into the aircon, that you get really, really cold. Right, we've been going for just nearly half an hour. Just say welcome to everybody that's coming to the stream. Back in my apartment now, so at least I've got the aircon and a decent picture and everything now. James, eating like crap is one of the great joys in life. It certainly is, but it's unhealthy if you get too big. Okay, Richard, how you doing? Paul, are you saying what's the furthest you've run on the treadmill, Peter? I don't really look at the distance, Paul. It's just timing. I just do and I don't even run. I do a brisk walk for half an hour, and I do it. I've got a fan on me and there's aircon, and I do get a bit of beaded sweat come up, so it must be doing me some good. The important thing is I don't eat after dinner. I used to be terrible. I'd be, I'd be sat down watching a good film on Netflix, and I get a few beers out. I'll be drinking, get to about 11:30 at night. I've got a fridge and freezer and cupboards full of food, and I'd go and make, I don't know, a cheese and onion toasty, and then I'd get a bag of crisps out or something like that. And then, 10 minutes later, I'm fast asleep in bed. That was a killer. I don't do that anymore. Sometimes it's very difficult to resist, but I'm trying to get the weight right down. Thai Billy Boy, Thailand Bound, is the outdoor gym still going in Lumpini Park? Yeah, I did it. Have I showed that yet? I did a background video. When I tell stories, I walk around, and there's the better one now is in Benjikiti Park. When you go in, all the parks have outdoor gyms, actually, workout areas. I would find it too hot. If I was working out, I would find it too hot to work outside with the humidity and everything. D&E saying, good evening, Peter. How you doing? Thailand back. Okay, I've read that. Jeff Fried Rice, how are you? Hey, Peter, I finally caught a live. I'm planning a trip to Thailand around October. I hope you are free to meet. If not, no worries. I doubt it won't be a one-off for me, and more chances will come. Well, I like meeting viewers. The best time to get me is in the week, if I'm not in Pattaya or somewhere like that, because Saturday and Sundays, especially this weekend, I'm busy. I am busy because I prepare the stories a week in advance, and to take the stories from the email, edit them, because they have to be edited. Some people use a lot of swearing or references to aerobics, but they don't use the word aerobics, and then I have to rehearse them, and then I have to read them out, and then I have to put it into editing software, record the story. Once I'm happy with that, I've got to make a thumbnail, SEO, upload. It takes about 8 hours, believe it or not, from the start process to the finish. The Saturday morning stories take me about 6 to 8 hours, depending on how much editing is involved. And then, of course, on Sunday with the live streams, I don't just click the button, go live. I spend about 3 hours in the afternoon researching what's going on. I've got competitions in the members area after. I've got all this research I've done on news, people jumping off balconies in Pattaya and things like that. So, 2 to 3 hours in the afternoon before I start the stream. And then I've got to eat in between. So weekdays are better. And I'd like to meet you, because I know you've been coming into the stream for a real long time, Jeff, since the early days when I was back in my garage in Kettering. Mike Jones, spend half my time in Wales and half in Pattaya. Yeah, there's a lot of people do that. If you've got the money and you can do it, or you do it on the cheap, it's nice to be here, isn't it? I can't remember, Paul. I can't remember. He says it's lovely when bar girls call you handsome man. It's been a while. Chris, yeah, Bangsaray, that's it. What did I call it? Lawrence was, hi, Peter. Have you ever been to Chatham? Thais love it. Busy at the weekends. Yeah, I've been twice. But the reason I'm going this time is because I want to research a little bit. The last 2 times, what I've done is, because you have to come through it when you go or come back from Hua Hin. And I've stayed in Hua Hin for one time 3 weeks, another time a week. And what I do, because I'm driving, I just veer off and go to Chatham, but I haven't stayed there overnight. I booked a hotel for 2 nights this time, and I've driven along the beach. I've stopped somewhere for lunch, had a coffee at an Amazon cafe, and then carried on to Bangkok. But what I want to do this time is I booked a hotel for a couple of nights, real cheap, 900 baht a night. It looks okay. You can't tell till you get there. I'll do a review of it just in case you're thinking of going to Chatham, because it's very cheap, and it is on. It's a short walk from the beach. It's up one of the soys, but very, 100 yards or something, 50 yards actually. And I have been there. But what I want to do this time, I want to rent a scooter, because obviously I'm going in the car, and I just want to see how much apartments cost, and try and do a bit of research, because I'm always on the beach. I want to go off the beach and just, I know they've got a big sea there, and obviously 7-Elevens and things like that. I just want to see what's in the actual town itself, because it's a fairly small place, and it might be a retirement option when I finally do retire full time. And the good thing about it is as well, what it hasn't got, you can jump in the car and it's 30 minutes to Hua Hin, and they've got a couple of good shopping malls, big night market. They've got everything. Okay. Right, C3C. Hello from La Casita in Hua Hin. Lived in Hua Hin for about 3 years now. Followed your channel for many years. Ah, okay. Thank you very much. God, I don't know why I got itchy back tonight. Something must have bit me. Right. Terry. Hello, Pete. Hope all is well. Yes, mate. Doing well. Canary spreads his wings. How you doing? Prambury is worth checking out, Peter, for a long walk on the beach. Okay. When I finish this stream, I'll make a note of that and I'll look on Google Maps. I like jump team, but the problem with jump team, it's still relatively expensive compared to other parts of Thailand. You know, yeah, you're saying average modern male fans are cheap to run. You talk about as opposed to aircon, right? My electricity bill isn't that bad, really. I mean, when I sleep, I have the aircon on all night, obviously. When I'm watching TV, I've got a huge fan, 22-inch blade. It's too big. It's like, you know, when you go in the restaurants, the outdoor restaurants, they have these monster fans. I bought one of them on Lazada, and I didn't realize just how big it is. I mean, it said 22 inches. I thought, yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be nice and cool. And it arrived, and it's like a flipping helicopter. You know, I can't put it on number 2 or 3. It just clears the shelves. It blows everything out the room. But I have it on number 1. But sometimes, even though it's a good fan and it, you know, puts the air over me, and I'm sitting in just shorts watching TV, sometimes it just creeps up. It gets hotter and hotter until eventually the air in the room, although it's circulating the air, it's just very, very hot. And so what I'll do, I'll just put the aircon on for literally 5 to 10 minutes, and it just brings that temperature down again. I turn off the aircon and I'm good for another half hour, 40 minutes. Then it goes on again for 5 minutes. So my bill, shower 2 or 3 times a day. You have to here. You know, you go out and buy a bottle of milk. You've got to have a shower when you get back. Probably this last month, it was 1,700 baht. But I'm paying the government directly. I don't pay the condo building or the apartment building. So that was a bit of a scam. What used to happen is you'd find an apartment and the rent was cheap. And you thought, wow, this is great. This is at least 5,000 cheaper than what I've looked at. This is a bargain. But what had happened, I think the government rate for the electric now is about 4.5 baht a unit, around that. And what some apartment owners were doing, the landlords were doing, they were calculating at 9 baht a unit, for instance. So instead of you getting a 2,000 baht electric bill, you were getting a 4,000 baht or even more. You know, so it made the apartment not so cheap, and people just accepted it and thought that's what it must be. So that's something when you look for apartments, that's something you got to ask is, do you pay the electric directly to the electricity company of Thailand, or do you give it to the landlord? And then you've got to ask him, what rate do I get charged? Okay. Nomiai, I was going to Magaluf, Tenerife, Kos, etc. in my 20s. Never been there. Lots of TV programs about them. Terry Dwell, is it getting a little crazy in Pattaya, or am I getting it wrong? I found it quiet. I found it quite quiet down there, but these days I don't tend to go to Walking Street and live the party lifestyle. I kind of go down there to relax. I'm only down there 2 nights and I make 3 videos. I did one this time. I did a video of the hotel. I did a video on I did another video with Mark from One Stop Visa. I'll release that in about 2 no, that goes out. That's gone out to members already, but it'll go out to everybody else on Tuesday. I'm getting my dates mixed. Yeah, it went out yesterday. And I did a background video, you know, but I didn't even get over to Soy Bacau this time, you know. I just didn't go over. But I found it a little bit quiet. Right, Jeff Fried Rice. What a great point about the risks of finding Pattaya in your 20s. You're right. By the time you're in your 30s, you have more common sense. Can you imagine a 20-year-old guy? I mean, they get them, don't they? But the problem is people make videos about how cheap Thailand is, and they exaggerate it a lot of the time. And you get young guys who, you know, they watch YouTube videos from the UK or wherever, and they're like 19, 20 years of age, and they believe what they're being told, that you can have a holiday in Thailand for £500 or $600 or something like that. And then they come over here and, you know, they run out of money. Or the other thing, because they're young and they think they're handsome, they might very well be, but they expect the girls to go with them just because they're handsome. And girls working in Pattaya are not swinging around poles and sitting in the heat of a bar for 12 hours a day because they're looking for handsome guys to sleep with. It's not how we know that's not how it works. I've spoken to girls years ago who've had trouble with young guys because they just won't pay, and they've in the end they've had to take half maybe of what they'd asked. Oh, that's terrible, Paul. I'll put that up on screen. Okay, Super Bro, from your previous career, what's the craziest thing someone has left behind in a hotel room? Generally, when people leave things behind, the one thing that the most common thing that we found is they forgot to clear out the safe. So, my background is hotels. I worked in hotels for a company called Accor, and it's funny, when certain guests come, you make changes to the rooms. I don't want to sound like I'm racist or anything, which is just how it works here. For instance, when we got Chinese or Koreans groups staying, we take everything out and we just leave soap and shampoo. That's it. Because the 5-star, I will answer that question, Aaron, but let me just tell you this quick. So what would happen when you're in a 5-star hotel, when you're in a budget hotel, you get a mini bar fridge with 2 free waters. That's it, right? And some soap and a push shampoo. That's it. That's all you expect. But when you're staying in a 5-star hotel or the Sofitel that I was working in, so you'd have slippers, a couple of pairs of slippers. You'd have some really good quality bathrobes, thick, good quality ones with a logo on them. There's just certain things in the room, we'd leave, chocolates for VIPs and all sorts of things. And what you find with the tours, when they stayed, we had to tell housekeeping to just clear the room, just leave a bottle of shampoo and a little soap and change that every day. Because they were like locusts, they cleared out the rooms. We'd get like 25 bathrobes go missing, towels. In a 5-star hotel, you don't have cheap hotels from Big C. They're quality towels. They cost a lot of money and they're really fluffy. And when you fold them, they're still that thick. So we had to clear that all out. But in answer to your question, the most common thing that people forgot was they'd leave the passport and money, because we had it a lot of times when people would go to the airport and they hadn't got any money to pay for the cab or the passport. They had to come back, and that's what used to happen. So they'd pack, check all the drawers, everything. They'd leave, or they'd get into reception and think, shit, I haven't got my passport, and they'd forget to open the safe. So that was the most common thing. But I'll tell you an interesting story. A viewer told me a very, very interesting story the other day. And I didn't know this. So he stayed, the viewer, who's now a friend, he stays in a hotel on Soi 6, quite a nice hotel. And they always insist on a 1,000 baht deposit. And he said to me, do you know what that deposit is for? And I said, yeah, obviously, if you do any damage in the room, if you wipe your shoes with the towels, if you take things that don't belong to you, they've got your money, they've got a deposit. He says, it's not. He said the manager told him, because he'd asked, well, why is it 1,000 baht? He says, you wouldn't believe the amount of people who run out of money, because they come to Thailand, they're out drinking, they've got their sensible heads left in the room, so they're out drinking, they run out of money. For some reason, they haven't got cards, or the ATMs, they can't get any money. And they haven't even got money to go to the airport. So they've had instances where people have said to the hotel, can you lend me the cab fare and I'll get it back to you? And, they just got fed up of it. So the reason they keep that 1,000 baht deposit is so when they're ready to check out, they've at least got 1,000 baht. They can get to the airport, they can get a meal, and they can get a taxi home at the other end if they're not getting picked up. I found that quite interesting. Right. Okay. Franco. Yep. I'll put that up there. Right, Chris. Hi, Peter. I just met a Thai guy, booby in the woods near Bedford. Anyway, he cooked me a red chicken curry and satay out of his van. Oh, nice one, Chris. I thought you were going to say something else there. When you said I met him in the woods, I thought, here we go. But that's nice. Scuba Steve, Peter, it would be great if you collaborated with Carl in Thailand and do a one-off hiking video. I don't know if I could manage a hiking, but I like his videos. He's a real down-to-earth guy. I've actually left him comments on his channel, and I am subscribed. He's a guy who's been here since the 80s, and I've not actually met the guy. I would like to meet him, actually. I believe he's in Pattaya, but he does a lot of hiking videos, and he reminisces about the old days and everything. And yeah, I mean, I'd love to do some kind of a video with him. I don't know how to I suppose I could contact him through his website, but I don't want to do somebody did one with him a couple of months ago where they walked around some areas with him, and it wasn't a bad video, but I don't want to do a similar one. I have to think of something else to do. Lawrence says, Chatham is great. I've been there many times. Great place, many places to go fishing, good crowd of expats. I think Charm's one of those sort of places that if you went on your own, I mean, they've got a few bars, you know, girly bars, but not much. I think it's one of those sort of places that if you go on your own, you might find it a little bit boring. But if you had a Thai girlfriend, partner, or, you know, not even Thai, just a partner, it would be a very nice place to hang out for a weekend, couple of days, eat some good food, have some beers and stuff. Gibbering wreck, 20 minutes Huahin. Yeah, I've never done it in 20 minutes. It's always taken me half an hour in the car, but then I don't race. Paul Hoskins, they say the length between your wrist and the tip of your furthest finger is the length of, okay. Franklin Motors, Dublin, Ireland. Yeah, I thought you were going to put in there, we've got a special sale on tyres or something this week. Yeah, thank you very much, Franklin. Maybe you can put your name up there next time. A bit weird saying Franklin Motors, Dublin, Ireland next time. Thank you very much anyway for the compliment. Shane, please film your Charm research. Yeah, I'll definitely film the beach. I might even take my GoPro with a camera here so I can do the length of the beach with the GoPro in the daytime, and then you get a real good perspective of the beach. Because if you're walking with a selfie stick, you're only going to get a little bit of it, right? Yeah, I must remember to take that next Sunday. And I'll do the hotel review, because if you go to Charm for the first time, it's always good to see people who've stayed in hotels before. One of the first hotel reviews I did was a Stable Lodge on Soy 8. It's getting a bit old now, but they're renovating it. It's not a bad hotel. And I think I've done about 12 reviews now, but I'm starting to get into them a bit more. People seem to like them. Dean-san, the hotel we stay at Charm is the Ban Pantai. Very nice, but on the pricey side, they have a sister hotel down the road called Ban Lan Suan. I'll tell you, I can't remember. Let me see if I can. Let me just see if I can. I've got the Agoda book in here. What's it called? It's called the Chatham My House. I mean, it looks pretty standard. I think I paid 900 baht a night. It's a bit further down the beach, but, you know, I hope I can get a scooter there. I did put it into Google, and there seems to be a couple of places that do rent scooters. So hopefully I can, you know, get one. I find the best way to research places or get around all the little alleyways, and, you know, it's definitely on a scooter rather than the car. You can nip around a lot quicker and get, you know, go around a lot more places when you're on the scooter as opposed to the car. Right, it's up to you. I forgot my safe on my April trip. Luckily, only partway through Bangkok when I realised passport, iPad, cash, keys, etc. Yeah, it's a horrible feeling, isn't it, when you think you've lost, or, you know, you're in it halfway to the airport and think, blimey, what was it I panicked about the other day? Oh, I was up in the gym and I was on the treadmill, and I put my phone kind of on the front there because I'd been watching YouTube or listening to some music. There was no one else in the gym. So I put it on the treadmill like here, and, you know, another guy who lives in these apartments came in, and he's quite chatty. So I didn't watch the video, and he's on a rowing machine, a bicycle, and I'm just walking. So we're talking about things. We're talking about prices, Pattaya versus here, actually. And, you know, we finished. He said his goodbyes. I was finished at the same time. I went down in the lift. I got to my room, and I suddenly realized I didn't have my phone. I'd left it on the running machine, and I just went into a sheer panic because, you know, your phone is your life, isn't it? It's not just a telephone anymore. You know, it's a full working PC. You know, you have your banking on it. You know, I use Google Drive, which is everything's on the cloud, which can be accessed from my phone. It's all password protected, but still. And I went back up there, raced back up there, and it was still there. Nobody had touched it. And there was one guy in the gym, one of the staff. He hadn't seen it. It's a misconception that all Thais are going to steal off you. Most Thais I've come across are extremely honest. You know, they'll give you back a phone, you know, money, stuff like this. I think in the entertainment areas, you know, they're out to scam you a bit. But I find most normal Thai people are very, very honest. You know, I've known lots of stories where people have left things behind, handbags. I know there was a story, wasn't there, where the guy was with a girl. She left her handbag on a bar stool. He went to look for her because she was a bit long in the toilet. She came out, couldn't see him, so she went back to the hotel. He went back. They went back alone, met up in the hotel. She went to sleep. Next morning realized she didn't have a handbag with her. He raced back round to the bar. They were just opening up the bar, and the owner of the bar was pulled, big smile on her face, holding the handbag up there. There was about 10,000 baht in the handbag. She could have kept that. There's lots of stories like that. Like I told you, the time when I lost 20,000 baht in the Omni, and they called me, and the maid had found it and give it in, handed it in. Right, canary spreads his wings. Chatham was charming with my friend. I've been really lucky because this is a rainy season. I've had quite a few trips away, and it hasn't rained. It's rained, but not when I've been out. Like I might have dinner, and then I'll be up in the hotel room, and just freshening up a bit, and it starts to rain for an hour. But by the time I'm ready to go out, it's stopped again. I've been very lucky. Scuba Steve, I remember going to Pattaya to Hua Hin on that ferry thing, and the sea was pretty rough, so many people were seasick. Luckily, not me. Yeah, I kind of get a bit afraid to go on boats here in Thailand. I know the one you mean. It was a good service, so it was 1,200 baht and 1,400 baht. It went across the Gulf of Thailand. So if you've never been to Hua Hin, you could go for 1 night, 2 nights, and then go back to Pattaya. But it stopped during COVID. I heard it's going again now, once a week. I don't know if that's true or not. 20 Rothmans, how you doing? Haven't seen you for a while. Magic of Thailand Festival is 31th, 8th, 8th, 9th, 1st to the 8th, is it? In Ealing, London, for those who are based here. Okay, thanks for that information. I did a video that Thailand. It was a Thai festival, and it was. I can't remember. I can never remember the common, Ealing Common, I think it was. They have these Thai festivals all over the UK. A lot of Thais live in England. It was good fun. It was a good day out. Dip Live. Hi Peter. Have you thought about doing a video interview with Bangkok Pat? I've done a couple with him actually. I haven't seen him for ages. But yeah, he interviewed me. I interviewed him, and I don't think there's anything more we could add to that. The videos are still up. You want to go back and look at them. KV, hey Peter, on a different note, a while ago, you mentioned a Thai restaurant in Soye or 6, Sukhumvit, 24 hours. Can you recall the name? Starts with S. I went looking for it. It's inside. If it's totally 24 hours, never closes. It's inside the supermarket Foodland. So if you go to, there's Foodlands everywhere, but I don't know about the other Foodlands. It's they're in every town. But if you come out of Nana, for instance, you cross over the zebra crossing where the police box is, hang a right. When you get to Soy 5, which is the one with the big broccoli shop on the corner, I can't say the word, you know what I'm talking about, I think it's called Wonderland, pink sign. That's Soy. You go down there, and on the left there's a supermarket called Foodland. Well, as you walk in the door, you'll see chairs around a kind of food bar, and you can get anything 24 hours a day. The portions are a little bit small, but it's cheap and it's okay. The other place, you can get a curry in the Al Hussein up until about 3 o'clock in the morning. So if you come out of Nana at 2 o'clock in the morning and you want to eat something, especially a curry, you can still get one over there. I tend not to eat at night now because that's where that's where the weight goes on when you eat at night. Harry James, if you want quite relaxed retirement, Chatham, great place. Yeah. Well, I'll let you know how I get on. That's next Sunday. I'll be down there Sunday, Monday night. Innovations. How would you rate the beach water quality in Chatham? I don't know yet, because although I went there, I didn't actually go onto the beach. I just kind of drove along the seafront. I parked at what looked like a decent restaurant, sat facing the sea, but I didn't actually go up to the water and look in it. I'll tell you where it has got really nice water is when you go to Rayon and catch the boat over to Koh Samet. Really clear, crystal clear water and warm. I took my daughters over there and we were in the sea for a good 2 hours, just talking and standing. It was warm. The water wasn't just not cold, it was warm, really lovely. Right, if I'm a bit late with your comments, guys, apologies, because they're coming in thick and fast now. So I will get. I like to try and read out all of them, so I will get to yours. Dog Peter, is Koh Penang worth it for a first visit in Thailand? Anywhere is worth it for a first time, but yeah. If it's just the logistics of getting there, if you can get there, okay, then yeah, definitely. I find most of the islands down there are real nice, but there's a lot of tourists these days. You get coachloads of Chinese, Russians, Indians. Nothing wrong with them. I'm just saying it's not like you're not going to get onto these islands and you're going to be the only one on the beach and like a bounty advert. Some of them get quite crowded. When I went to Koh Samet, we had a hotel. Me and my daughters, we had a hotel, and it was funny really. I paid a lot of money, 18,000 baht for 3 nights because I wanted to really treat them. And I had a room where when you look out the balcony doors, the sea was literally here. I mean, it was probably 50 feet away. And I envisioned sitting out there when I got back from my daughter's after dinner, having a few beers, nice breeze, and listening to the waves crash. And it didn't quite work out because there were so many mosquitoes because we were close to the sand. So I couldn't sit out there. I was getting bitten. And the other thing is I got woke up at 5 a.m. by the crashing of the waves. The tide comes in. And because we're so close to the sea, it actually woke me up and I couldn't get back to sleep. Other than that, it was nice. Right. I actually, who's this? Thai Billy Boy. I once accidentally left my phone in the tray after getting my bags x-rayed. I rushed back and thankfully someone had handed it. Yeah, they're pretty honest. I remember that story I told you a few weeks ago. I was going from, I'd come down from Khon Kaen, and I was flying from Dong Mong Airport, and they have the domestic and the international. I flew into the domestic. And I was going to India for an interview, actually. And I came out with one of those little trolleys with one bag, and I put my passport on the ticket in the tray part of it. And you have to walk across this really long bridge to get to the international airport, which I was going to. And I was halfway across it, probably 10 minutes into it. And I thought, where's my passport? And I ran back sweating, really sweating. It's hot, right? And believe it or not, this trolley that I'd left in the middle of the pavement was still there, and my passport and my ticket was still in there. Had I lost my passport, it would have been horrible. Yeah, I keep forgetting Steve. He said, I've been asking for a while to get Steve Ross on. I remember last time you asked, and I did go and have a look at him actually, and I haven't written to him. I seem to be putting out fires all the time. I just seem to be so busy with YouTube. I try and put out 2 videos a week. I don't always get out to, and I do probably I do 365 live streams a year. There's 2 every other Sunday, so it's a lot of work, but I'll try and get hold of him and see if he wants to do something. Reggae Vibes, I would like to see a video of you going to the Rocket Festival. I forgot where it is, but it sounds wild and a great time. You never know if a video is going to do well. Some videos are very, very simple, like I'll sit in my kitchen, just no work at all. I just sit in my kitchen, put a camera on, and I'll talk about a subject. Or another good example, right? One day I thought, right, I'll do a video today. What can I do? And I thought, I know, I'll go to the MBK Centre. And I thought, well, it's not going to get a lot of viewings because everybody knows the MBK Centre. And I walked around, I showed the fake watches, everything. And it got, last time I looked, which was about 3 months ago, it had 80,000 viewings. Now, I was amazed that it did that many. Yet I went down and I interviewed Mark from One Stop Visa, which I would have thought was a very popular subject. And the video only got, I think it was about 4,000 viewings. That's really low. And then I put it up on Facebook and it got 6,000 viewings. So you never know. And the point of telling you that story is I did a video on a car show here, big international car show, and it took up my whole day. It was expensive to get there. I had to buy lunch over there. It was a lot of people. And when I got back, it was about 6 hours of editing because I just filmed the cars, walked around, and then I dubbed over my voice. Sometimes that's easier rather than talking if you're in an environment that's very noisy. Sometimes it's easy to just film. You get back, get rid of the sound, and then just talk over it as you're seeing. Okay, you get to the Ford section and you can talk about Fords, and that didn't do very well. So sometimes, I don't know how well that I'd do. I mean, I'll have to go and research it and see where it is, how long it'd take me to get there, and all the rest of it. And I don't even know what it is. When you say a rocket festival, what is it? Fireworks? Yo, Farang, Thailand. Hi, Peter. Would you get married again? When you were married to your ex-wife, did you always know in the back of your mind you would end up single and living in Thailand at some point? Absolutely not. I never thought that for a minute. I thought I was with my wife forever. I'd been with her for 33 years, for God's sake. It was her in the end. I was difficult in the early days. I was a little bit selfish, and I probably drank a bit too much. And she was good. She brought the kids up. I got no complaints with her. The only complaint I had with her really is she never supported me when I was, trying to scold the children. It was all never their fault, which I didn't like. But that was a surprise. I never thought I'd split up. And would I now? It's hard. It's hard. I don't know. I mean, I'm 64. Is it worth it now? Right. Rigamantus Dargis. Hi, Peter. Is Thermi Cafe worth visiting in Bangkok? Is it more pricey compared to the bars? It's not more pricey. It's your average rate in there is anywhere between 2,500 and 4,000 baht for short time, depending. One of the girls once told me that the girls will set their prices. They're not standardized prices. Some of the girls, they'll set the prices on how you look. So if they get a guy who's 45, 50, works out, he's clean shaven, he dresses quite well, they might tell him 2,000 baht. But they get a guy now who's 60, got a big pot belly on him, and he looks like he hasn't had a bath, and they don't really want to go with them. They'll say 4,000 or 5,000. You know, it's always but on average, the price in there, when I was going with the American guy, forgot his name now. I hope he's not watching, he'll get offended. Edward. When I went with Edward, the prices we were getting between 2,500 and 4,000. So they will come down a little bit. Paul, is there any food you haven't tried yet that is available in, I think you mean Bangkok? I've pretty much tried everything. The only thing I won't try, and you might call me a wimp, but I just hate them. I won't try them bugs. You know those bugs that you get in Soi 4 when you come out of Nana? They're in trays, like crickets and grasshoppers and stuff like that. I just won't touch them. You know, I mean, I was in Carlson Road one night with Simon. We sat in a bar, and a viewer who knew me, obviously I didn't know him, he sent up a couple of beers, and I was pointed to the guy, and I was like, "Oh, cheers, mate." And then 2 scorpions came up, one for Simon, one for me, and Simon ate it. Me being a wimp, I didn't eat it, and I was like, "Sorry, I'm not going to eat it, but thanks anyway for the thought." Robin, how you doing? Hi, Peter and fellow mongers. Been a while. Hope all of you are safe and well. Yeah, good to see you in, Robin. We've been going for an hour now, but still a while to go. Thank you, Dee. Chris, favorite Thai curry, Peter? Red, green, yellow, Mama Sipa. I think if I had to name one, my favorite one, I think the green curry. They're all good, but I think the green curry is probably the better one for me, anyway. Jesse, you don't like boats, Peter? Did you have a Titanic experience? No, it's not that. I do like boats. I'm just a bit, because I don't know what the safety is like here in Thailand. I mean, Jesse, who's up on screen now, New Year's Eve, him and his girlfriend and me went on one of these river cruises to watch the fireworks and everything on New Year's Eve. It was spectacular, and that was very stable, and it was okay. But I remember Simon telling me years ago, him and his wife and his 3 boys, they went to an island somewhere, but it was on a real rickety wooden small boat, and halfway back they got into a bit of a storm or very bad weather, and he told me, he said, we honestly thought that the boat was going to break up. He said we had not enough life jackets. He said, so we put our life jackets on the kids, and he said him and his wife, they put their life jackets on the kids, so at least they'd be saved. But he said it was a terrifying experience. I never want to have an experience like that. I'll tell you what I experienced the other day, and it was a little bit, not frightening, but it was a little bit, and I remember experienced, it was raining quite heavy the other day, and I went over to Sapang Kwai, which is about 8 miles away, on the BTS. And as we were coming into one station, the driver must have braked a little bit too hard in the rain. So, when they know, obviously they're trained, how to drive trains. So it wouldn't be train drivers. I'm talking about the overhead BTS. But we came round the corner from Victory Monument, and as he came to the station, I don't think he slowed down in time. So as he actually got to the station, I think he had to brake a bit harder, and the whole train kind of jutted on the line. So the metal wheels kind of slid a little bit on the rails, and it was quite a what's going on moment, because I'd never experienced that on the BTS, and it was because it was wet, and I think he braked a bit too hard, and the whole kind of, all the carriages kind of went like that, and it never experienced that before. Ben, how you doing? I think you mean 26. I can't remember what that was about, Ben. Okay, I'll try and remember that one. I think the Rocket Festival is the Yetha Thorn Festival, held in. If it's in Isan, I won't get up there. I mean, it's a 6-hour drive, and I'm not going to fly up there just to make a video. Richard Woolley, yep. Okay. It's up to you. 52. Okay. Okay. How many did I say? I said 365. Well, it's 300. I'm thinking. You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of the days of the year. So I do every other week. There's 12 months. How many weeks are there in a year now? There's 4, 8, 12, 24, 24. All right. It's not 365. Let's just agree on that. I'll have to take your word for it that it's 52. Right. Steve Ross has been looking after his visiting mother recently, so he's tied up with that for a month or two. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. Jim, I tried the bugs, small ones. They tasted like baked beans with a crunchy shell. Just even listening to the description of it makes me feel a bit, oh no, I couldn't. I mean, I'll try anything once, but those bugs. Right, Tom, I love Thai food, all types, but I am always screaming out for a proper Indian. Yeah, I've got a weakness for Indian food. I've tried about 5 places around here now. I won't name I wouldn't say they're bad, but what it is, I've always liked the Al Hussein because I've been going there for a long time, but it's getting to the point now where I'm kind of getting a bit bland to it because it's the same menu for years. You pick what you want. There's nothing wrong with it. It's okay. But there's one near Nana BTS, which I always thought would be a bit expensive because it's on the main part of Sukhumvit. It's called the New Bukhara. I made a video about it a while ago, and it's very, very reasonable. And the curry is very, very good. And when I went in there last time, I said to the guy, look, I want it really spicy. I just want the chicken. I said, have you got a masala? He said, oh, and he said, we've got chicken curry. And I was like, well, there's lots of chicken curries. Which one is it? And he said, well, make it how you want it. And I said, all right, I only want the breast meat, chicken breast meat. I said, I want it really spicy, okay? And I said, can you bring me a few cut chilies as well? And some pillow rice. And it came out and it was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And the bill, I think, with a bottle of water, the rice, I think I had a naan bread as well, but I didn't eat all the rice and all the bread, obviously. I ate half the bread and half the naan. And I think the bill was about 450, 500 baht, and real good service, real nice curry, no backhanders. Again, I just think it's great. But you're right. I mean, I'll be sitting here and out of the blue, I'm not thinking about even eating. I'll get a bit hungry. I think I've got to have a curry, and I head out. I tried, there's a little place up from Asok I tried. It's cheap and it's okay, but they tend to bulk out the curry with a lot of vegetables, and it's kind of like a bit too much vegetables. I tried a couple on Soy 11. They were expensive, and for me, they weren't very good. I mean, me and a viewer went to one. We didn't have any alcoholic drinks. We just had like a meat dish each, naan bread, rice each, and some water, 1,500 baht. I thought that was quite expensive. Another one I went to, I said, look, I want it spicy. The waiter said to me, if you choose that one, that's the one, that's spicy. It came out. It was absolutely no spice at all. It was plain. The manager come across. He said, everything okay? And I said, not really. I said, I told the waiter I wanted it really spicy. I said, this is the least spicy curry I've ever had. And he said, oh, next time you come and see me, I'll take care of it. And I thought, oh, well, there won't be a next time. You've had your chance. But yeah, that one across the road there now, that's pretty good. The new Bukhara. Right. Thai Billy Boy, you said, I once visited a bug farm in Kalasan. The smell was terrible. No way would I eat them. Yeah. I wouldn't want to go to a bug farm. I'm also divorced, live with my sister, been to Thailand twice. This is from Scorpi De Niro, is it? I love Thai food. Luckily, my sister is a great cook, and she cooks excellent green and red curries and a fantastic mu pad kra pao. Good stuff. I do a lot of cooking, but I tend to cook Western food in my apartment because when you go out to eat, if you're not, you can eat in small restaurants, even a little bit on the street. There's a lady on one side, she cooks a lot of rice dishes, and on the other side, there's a lady who cooks pad thai. It's 50 baht, and you get a big bowl of pad thai with a fork and a knife and a spoon rather. So when you're eating Thai food, you can eat it relatively cheap. Foreign food, good foreign food here, Western food tends to be a bit expensive. Not expensive, but you won't. If you go for a Thai meal, you probably pay around, I don't know, with the water and everything, 100 baht, 150 baht. Whereas if you go for somewhere like Monsoon in Soy 8 and you have a lasagna, which is excellent, by the way, you're looking at about, I don't know, 350 for that. So what I tend to do is I try to cook Western food when I'm at home. I buy the raw ingredients from Villa and Big C and things, and then I'll batch freeze it, and I'll tend to eat Thai food when I go out. Liam Stevens, how when you live here, you've got to be very, very careful what you say. You can't be derogatory against businesses. There's a law here. I forget what it's called. Something like the deflaminate. No, that's not the right word, is it? there's a law, you can't speak badly about businesses. They can actually arrest you for it. There has been people arrested. But let me just say this. One of that restaurant you mentioned, I mentioned as well. Okay, let's leave it at that. Right, it's up to you. Love Alibaba in Pattaya. Not sure where to try in Bangkok. Okay, so that Alibaba, I know exactly where you're talking about, and I keep saying to myself every time I'm walking down along the beach, I must try that place because a lot of people say it's good. It's on Pattaya Klang, isn't it? The road that goes up to take you out of Pattaya, and it's on the right, and you go up some stairs. And I passed it many times. I've never been there. You're not the first person to tell me they do good curry, but when you're in Bangkok, if you're around Nana, I can definitely recommend the New Bacara, just after the BTS station, on the side that 7/1 is on. I recommend that one. And still the Al Hussein, that's not bad as well. Paul Smith, Peter, how much do you spend on food shopping per month? I don't really keep a tag on it. If I do a big shop, like I go to Big C and I fill a big decathlon bag, you know, they're big bags, aren't they? Take it with me. I'll probably spend around, I'll do 2 shops like that a month, and I'll probably spend about 1.8 to 2.2. So let's just say that's 4 to 4.5 thousand, not including beers from 7-Eleven, stuff like that, because I'll probably spend more on alcohol, to be honest with you. Not really. No, probably if I had to guess, all the ingredients, all the food, because I don't eat out very often. I did tonight because I've got a stream and I couldn't be bothered cooking. I'd say couple of £100 a month, like $300 US dollars, £250. It's not a huge amount. I've saved a lot since I started cooking at home because I batch cook, and the beauty of that is if I'm editing, I've mentioned this before. What used to happen is I'd be editing and I think I'll eat later. I want to get this finished. I'll eat later. It'd get to 3 PM. I hadn't eaten since breakfast and I was absolutely starving. And because I didn't want to stop editing, I wanted to come back. I just wanted something quick. So I'd have a pot noodle. And of course, you know, doing that a lot is unhealthy. So what I tend to do now is I'll make a really good stew, you know, and make it a bit spicy and put big chunky carrots, mushrooms, chicken, maybe a little bit of potato in there as well, and thicken it up with some corn flour, a little bit of what's that black sauce called, soya sauce and stuff, and just I keep tasting it, and when it's just right, I'll let it cool down. I'll put out 10 of those 10 plastic tubs about that big, about that high, and then I'll just ladle all this stew into these tubs, let it cool down, and then put it all in the freezer. So what happens now is I'll be working away and I think, God, I'm starving. I'll get up, stick it in the microwave, 10 minutes, because it's a solid block, right? Carry on. When it pings, I'll go out, take it out, and I've got a really good, healthy, balanced meal that's taken me 10 minutes in the microwave. And I've saved money by doing that because I've bought all the fresh ingredients myself. And Big C is very, very cheap to buy vegetables. Great. I rate them more than Lotus, actually, for the vegetables. Okay, where are we? Okay, right. DNA San is saying, I went to the food court under Robinson's back last year. When you go down the steps, there is an Indian stall on the right-hand side. I had a delicious butter chicken. Bad news, I'm afraid, D, it's gone. I know exactly where you mean. So as you go down the quite angled steeps, no, they go that way, don't they? As you go down the steps, you've got the supermarket. When you get through the doors, you've got the supermarket. And right there, kind of almost on the right, I think it was one of the nearest stores there. There was a little Indian place there which did good curries. They've gone out of business. So obviously there wasn't that many people buying from there. I go to the one on the food court in MBK Centre, huge food court. They've got a couple of food courts, but the one I go to, it's got an Indian store, and I always have a tally. So you get a butter chicken, rice, pillow rice, some naan bread, some salad, some curry potato. Not bad, but it's about 270 baht, so it's not ultra cheap. Is it Scorpi De Niro? There is a restaurant bottom end of Jumped In that have a very nice lasagna on special for 150 baht, Golden Monkey. I'll tell you a restaurant I go to a lot, and they do, when I have Thai food in there, it's absolutely delicious. I mean, I can really tell the difference to a kind of, I like this dish called Hoi Lai. They're baby clams, and they're fried in chili. And sometimes they're just bland, but other times they're really good. And it's a restaurant called Surf, and it's as you come into Jumped In, where the police box is, it's not far, probably 100 yards down there. Excellent, but always busy and cheap as well. And the food is delicious. Tarka House on Soy 13/4. Haven't been there. Like to try it. I'll tell you what I know do a good curry, and that's the Holiday Inn on Soy 22, Sukhumvit Soy 22. It's a buffet, obviously high quality because it's a Holiday Inn, and not sure if they do it once a week or every night, but it's about 900 baht, so it's not cheap, but it's really, really good quality, and you're in the Holiday Inn, you know. Right, NAS 511, best curry in Bangkok, Barbecue Delight, ridiculously cheap too. Never heard of that one, Barbecue Delight. Where's that? Let us know in the comments here where it is, and I'll read it out because I don't know it. Frederick Nyborg. Hello from Samui, hot day from Samui, hot day again here. Ultra hot in Bangkok as well. Ultra hot. Let's put these up if you just come in. Pounds suffering a little bit to the Thai baht. 44.97. Going the wrong way, isn't it? Right, Ricardo. Hi, Peter. As they're not licensed, is it possible to take your own alcohol into the Al Hussein? No, because it's a Muslim area. You know, it's Arab. They call it Little Arab. It's actually Soy 3/1, but they call it Little Arab Street, something like that. And it's mainly Muslims. And no, they'll get offended. You can't take alcohol into Al Hussein. But if you go to the New Bukhara, you can buy a bottle of beer in there. I've had a beer in there. I think I've had a beer in there from memory. Paul Hoskin, any dumplings with a stew? No, I'm not into dumplings, Paul. Thai Billy Boy, a few people saying thumbs up. Thank you. Jay Easy, Peter, how does Koh Lan compared to Koh Samet? I felt Koh Samet was overrated. Much prefer Koh Lan. You see, I think of it the other way around. I thought Koh Lan wasn't that great. The one thing I did like about Koh Lan was renting a scooter and going up and down those steep hills because it, you know, on the island, it's almost like a roller coaster. You know, you got to be careful, but it's fun. Other than that, I found it like an extension of Pattaya. I didn't think it was like a beautiful island. You know, it wasn't my idea of a paradise island. It was just somewhere to visit once. It was okay. Rented a bike, went with a friend, and you know, we did a day on the bike. It was fun. Whereas Koh Samet, I found that a totally different experience. I just found the water was crystal clear, the beach was clean and nice. It depends where you are, I suppose, on the island. Because I'd researched where is the best beach. I forget the name of it now. I think it's called something Y-A-I-Y, something Yai. And I just found it a much nicer. It was very quiet. If you went there on your own, you'd probably be bored. So it'd be nice to go there with a partner. Then you can relax. But I just went there to relax, and I liked it. I liked it a lot more than Koh Lan. Okay, Jay Easy. Cheers, Peter. Enjoyed the video you did with Marley. Okay, thank you. I haven't done one with Marley for a while now. She texted me the other day and said when we're doing another video, but I've got 2 or 3 backed up. I finally had my, I don't know if you can notice, but I finally had my veneers done. They were quite expensive. Like, I've made a video about it. Okay, it'll be released next week. Look, I'll just show you the bottom teeth. Look. Okay, so that's not very nice to do, but I want to explain. Okay, so I've always had like not very nice teeth in the bottom. You know, I had them; they were chipped, and the enamel was very thin on them, so you could see the root, and I had gaps in them, and I always didn't like them. And I've always thought about having enamel. I've always thought about having veneers put on, and I inquired in England. It was quite expensive. I can't remember how much, but I inquired, and I went to see it. It's all in the video that's going to be released next week, so I won't get into detail, but I'll just say I went to a dentist, and if you have the ceramic ones, they don't look as good as the porcelain. The ceramic are 7,000 baht a tooth, whereas the porcelain are 13,000 baht per tooth. Okay, you work out. I've had 7. And but these are the ones that the Hollywood A-listers have. They're porcelain. They're the best you can get. They fit really good. I was talking to a guy who's had them 25 years. He said they don't come out. Once they're in, they're in. And to put it in context, I paid 91,000 baht for 7 teeth to be veneered. That's the bottom ones there. You'll see the difference when you look at my older videos, you know, and that's more than it costs to get a brand new Honda Click scooter here. So it is quite expensive. But the way I looked at it, I thought, well, if I'm going to do it, let's do it properly, get them done nicely. They'll probably last me for the rest of my life. 91,000 baht is just slightly over £2,000 or about $2,500 or 4,000 Australia dollars. So it's not cheap. And I didn't get them all done in one go. I got 2 done, and then I got another 1 done. and then I got another, no, sorry, I got 2 done, that one and that one. Then I got these 3 done. And then lastly, I got these 2 done. So I had about 6 visits, because each time you have to get a separate mold, and, you know, they have to prepare them. They scratch them a little bit so that they'll stick, a bit like sanding a bit of wood, isn't it? So that the paint sticks to it better, or the glue rather. So if you're interested in inquiring about having veneers done on your teeth, that video, as I say, I'll release it next week. I've got 2 pending. One's a hotel review I did, and one's a veneer. So it might be 2 weeks until it comes out. But all the details of where the dentist was, I've got a map, how much it cost, what the whole procedure is. You can get a good idea from that. Okay, right. Okay, you say it's near Pat Pong, that restaurant. I don't head down there very often. Robin says you like a vindaloo. Yeah, they're pretty hot. I like vindaloo. You know, I didn't even see this question. It's just you put. I didn't even see it, and I've already answered it. How much time did it take to get your porcelain veneers done, Peter? I'm in Phuket for 18 days in November. I'm wondering if that would be enough time. Well, I didn't rush it because I knew because I live here. I assume you could get them all done in one sitting, but to do 2 of them at a time, you have to go and get the mold done. Then they clean them up a bit and they scratch them a little bit. And then you have to make another appointment, come back and have them 2 teeth done. Okay. And it's the same every time. But I would say only a week if you was going to have them all done in one time, but it'd probably take you half a day to have it done. Uncomfortable for half a day. You know, they put things in your mouth to keep them open, and you're trying to swallow, and the doctor wants a conversation with the dentist wants a conversation with you when you know. But I'd say you could, because they take about a week to make the teeth. So you go in, you get the mold done and everything, and you could go back. If you went on a Wednesday, you could go back the following Wednesday, and you could probably put them all in. Much cheaper than having them done in the West. A lot cheaper. I'm really happy with them. I'm really glad I got them done. See. And they look natural as well. When you first get them, it's strange because you talk a bit funny. When I got the first 2 done, I noticed on a video I was kind of nearly whistling, and you have to get used to eating because the teeth obviously are different sizes to what they were, and you've got to take it slowly. But your mouth and your brain adjust in about a week, and then it just comes naturally. Okay, more about this rocket festival. They mean Bun Bang Fire. Good to watch. Can be a little dangerous. Past this, dancing is great. Okay, thank you. Jeff again. As much as I think I would enjoy the nightlife of Thailand and the ladies, what are the gems and things to do in Thailand that you personally, Peter, can recommend? Well, it's down to age, what you like to do, So for me, because YouTube takes up a lot of my time, I like to get away. I've got a car, so why not use it, right? So I like to go to different locations. I like to spend a couple of nights, 2-3 nights, explore the area or the island. So that's something I like to do. I like to walk around certain malls. I like some of the malls. I like the IT Fortune Mall because it's all electronics and techie stuff, and I love that. Central World, they've got some fantastic food in there, as has the new one that's just opened up. Forgot the name of it now, but the brand new one opposite Soy 33. You know, you've got fantastic cinemas here. You've got great parks to walk around. You've got museums here. You've got, you know, you can take rides on the river. There's some fantastic markets to go and eat food on. You know, you could it'd take you a year to eat in every market here. You know, there's thousands of them. So there's so much to do here. You know, I mean, if I was in the UK in the summer, the best I could hope for is, say, buy a dog and take it for walks every day. You know, I don't know, but you know, in the winter, what would I be doing if I weren't working? I'd be sat in a little flat by myself, watching TV. You know, wondering what to do all day. And it just wouldn't be the same. It's really, when you're here, there's a lot to do, even for older guys. You know, it's not just about bar girls and drinking and all that sort of thing. It's just a great place to be. Shane, I'm a wimp, so I like mild korma. My daughter likes korma. I don't like a korma. It's sweet and very coconutty. A lot of coconut in it. Each to his own, though. Nom, when Labour have their budget in October, the exchange rate will drop. I'm glad I don't have to bring any money over for a while, for at least a year. Jay Easy, cheers, Peter. Enjoyed the video you did with Marley on the get on, get off boat on the Char on the river. Great views, yeah, and cheap as well. You know, there's 4 different journeys you can do. You take the BTS to Taksin station. You can only come off one side. It doesn't have 2 platforms. You go down, and it's right there. You know, at the end of the street. Aiden, if you go to Koh Samet, spend a few extra days further down to Koh Mak and Koh Kud next level. Okay. Robin, Joel Indian and Soy 18 is really amazing, pricey but delicious, really authentic and unique Indian food from all around the different regions, not your usual fare. Okay. The only thing is, when you live here, if you're not on a really big budget like I'm not, you know, you have got to watch your spend. And if you know, if a meal is going to cost you like 800 baht or 1,000 baht, you got to make sure you're going to enjoy that meal, you know. Thank you very much to Joyce Roma. Thank you. Every week it's the same. Thank you. Hey Peter, great videos this week. Thanks a lot, Joyce. Hopefully we'll meet, because I believe you're coming out here in the not too distant future. And thanks for the super chat, by the way. Okay, Jeremy. He doesn't look like that, really. See that awful picture with the guy with the buckled teeth and that? The guy doesn't look anything. He's not. That isn't him. Okay, that's a Mickey take. I've met the guy. We've been to the Al Hussein together. He doesn't look like that. 270/ in the stream, just 66 thumbs up, including mine. Give Pete a thumbs up. Okay, thank you very much. I think what it is, I think the reason why, because a lot of guys will do streams, they have a lot of people in, but they don't get lots of thumbs up. And I think the reason for that is a lot of people are not just sitting in front of their computer. You know, they'll have me on in the background, and they might be painting a spare room in the house or something, or they might be driving, for instance, and you can still hear, right? So although you can't occasionally watch, some guys, they're just not close to the screen, so they don't do the thumbs up, you know. It's up to you. Do veneers just cover the front or the back? No, they'll do the whole. You can get a whole set of veneers. You can get your whole mouth done, but it's just my top ones aren't too bad, as you can see, right? But it was just the bottom ones, you know. And I had occasionally people. They were trolls. They didn't really watch my videos, but they'd leave derogatory remarks about my teeth, you know, and it was quite offensive, you know. So I didn't want to give them an excuse. Look at that! Done nearly a litre of water. Yeah, I didn't do. I think if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I'm not sure if I would have done them. But you know, if you're talking to, like I said in the video that I've made that I'll release when I release it, if you're talking to someone with really bad teeth, your eyes are drawn towards their mouth and their bad teeth, aren't they? You know, and I didn't want people watching my videos and just like looking at my mouth and thinking, this guy. I didn't have bad teeth, but they just didn't look pretty because they weren't. You know, they had gaps and they were chipped and stuff. Paul, how much to? Okay, right. Jeremy, I found a great family dentist just outside of Jompton. Had a descale and polish, quarter the price of the UK. Will be getting my gaps closed once I move there. Absolutely. I went to a dentist when I got here in the Trendy building. I had a full cleaning. They blast it and then some, I don't know what it is, and they scrape and polish and that. 1,500 baht, I think. Yeah, 1,500. No, yeah, 1,500. There doesn't seem to be any quack dentists here. You know, they're all good. You know, every dentist I've ever been to, including Pattaya, I had work done in Pattaya years ago, like 25 years ago, which is still good today, fillings and stuff. And, you know, right. Dutch Buddha. Hey, Peter, chat mods. Peter, how big is your condo? 51 square feet. You got to be careful in Thailand. A lot of the newer condos, they're like 32 square feet, and that's small, right? This is a nice, spacious. I've got one bedroom, bathroom, open plan kitchen, lounge area, little balcony to hang my clothes. I've got a washing machine that's discreetly away in a cupboard, and it's it's not huge, but it's big enough for me. And I can't live in a shoebox anymore, not at my age. Mr. Perfect, are you? Right, my uncle is turning 70 and planning on going to a £50,000 per year luxury retirement home in the UK. I'm trying to convince him in Thailand instead, but he thinks it's too dangerous. Yeah, just really quick before I go, I watched a documentary on retirement, these kind of homes in Chiang Mai, and they're fantastic. They're real nurses that look after the people. And you know, in the UK, you've normally got people who are not born in England, basically, who've come in, they're just looking for a job really to survive. And, you know, they do what they've got to do in these homes, right? But they're great in Thailand. You know, they're proper nurses. They sit and play drafts with them. They walk them around the garden. It's lovely weather in Thailand. And what they'll do, they'll take the old person's hand. You know, in Thailand, they've got real respect for older people here, right? And they really care for them. And you know, you get a one-on-one nurse experience, and she's with the person all the time, and she'll take her by the hand and they'll walk around the gardens at a slow pace, and she talks very nice to her and gives her a lot of attention. Yeah, try and persuade him to get out here. You know, look up nursing homes in Chiang Mai. I didn't even know they had them, but they're getting popular with English people now, bringing out parents. You know, and the price is a lot cheaper as well. Maybe I'll end up in one. Who knows? Innovations: other movies in English with Thai subtitles or subtitles, or vice versa. Well, on Netflix, they have got Thai subtitles. So if you've got a partner, for instance, you can sit and watch Netflix and tell it to subtitle in Thai. And I've got a few movie apps that I shouldn't really have. If I was in England, I wouldn't have them, but I've got them here, and one of them is very, very good. I don't pay nothing for it. I forget the name of it, but that also does Thai subtitles as well, so pretty good. Super Bro, can you get Western food in Thailand, such as fish and chips or hamburger? Oh, you get it all here, and much better quality than UK and half the price. That video I done on Buster's Fish and Chip Shop, he's closed down. I did the video and a week later he was closed. 2 weeks later, yeah, you can get it all here. You know, they've even got Burger King and McDonald's and all that. I don't really eat that food too much, that sort of stuff. Okay, that's what I just said, wasn't it? I would give a thumbs up, but I'm currently painting the spare room in my house. There you go. Right, API, about $4,000 for a Beverly Hills dentist to fix my tooth, about $600 in US dollars in Pattaya. Yeah, there's a lot of people fly from America and Europe, and they'll stay here for a couple of weeks just to have dental work done or surgery of some sort, facelift, I don't know. And it's with the airfare and a week in a good hotel, it's still cheaper than doing it in their own country. Lawrence, Peter, I love the channel. The veneers look great. Thank you. One of my friends is calling me Mr. Nashers now. When he's seen him, he said, oh, those Nashers are good. Paul Smith, new member. Paul, I'll have a 15-minute break. I've got 2 minutes left on this. I'm going to have a 15 minutes break, and I'll be back with the member stream. If you haven't been in a member stream, we've got Joke of the Week. I've got the Manga Minute. I've got a few articles and news of what's going on around at the moment. I've got the Ladyboy competition, the Hooters Girl competition, so it's all happening. But thanks for joining, and hopefully see you in there in about 50 minutes. Richard Woolley, you need a VPN. I use a VPN. I use Nord. Leroy, his market is too niche to cover Bangkok. Okay, who's that? Just say thank you to Joyous Rumour as well. Member for 16 months, coming out in November, and straight to Pattaya for 15 days. Well, if I'm there, hopefully we can meet up. And 16 months, that's a long time to be a member. Dionysan, Nash's like off the Beano. Yeah, remember the Beano and the Dandy? Peter, is it interesting to book in advance a place to stay? Is it interesting to book in advance a place to stay in Thailand? You can do, but it's very easy to get a hotel here. You know, you just go on Agoda here and you can book from home or from here. Okay, I'm just trying to pick up one or two last comments because I've got to go and get the member stream ready. J Easy, Lawrence. Okay, Lawrence contains insulin for folks in diabetes. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Leroy. I don't specifically know somewhere that just does fish and chips, like a real fish and chip shops, although there are some in Pattaya, I believe. But you can get fish and chips in a lot of the restaurants, you know, a lot of the Irish pubs, English pubs, things like that. Okay, guys, look, I'm going to have to knock it on the head. I've only got 15 minutes and I've got to go to the loo and get my beer and everything before I start the next stream. Where are we? So I'll just say, look, thank you guys for the super chats as always. Very, very generous of you. Thank you to Chris and Frank Hall for being the mods tonight. Thanks to all you guys who have joined me tonight. It's been a great stream. I hope I can see you from Chatham if I get the internet connection, but no promises. But the next scheduled stream from here will be a week on Sunday, so 2 weeks from today, okay? Thanks a lot, guys. And if you remember, I'll see you in 15 minutes. If not, I'll see everybody else in a week or 2 weeks' time, okay? Thanks, guys.